Hey guys, Eli here from Do It Again Games. Today we're going to look at some of my favorite strategy games. They're great games on their own, but the reason I love them is their insane modding capability. In my other video, I talked about Halo Wars a little bit, about some of my favorite RTSs that are on sale right now, and same thing, it's the Steam summer sale right now. A lot of these games are on sale, but even when they're not on sale, they're worth buying. Even if you couldn't play the original campaign or the original multiplayer, and all you were allowed to do was mod them, that would make it worth it. Halo Wars Definitive Edition. This game is probably the most complicated to mod out of the group. It is a little stupid to mod, actually, but it's not horrible. None of these games are hard to mod. As long as you understand how to move files from place to place on your computer, you'll be able to figure all of this out. Some of them are real easy, some of them are a little bit harder. But Halo Wars, you can add the Flood as a race, just that alone, but you can have different factions inside the Covenant and different human factions. You can add, I believe, armored human factions. You can get like warthogs with the missile launchers on the back instead of just the machine guns. Like, there's all different kinds of mods, but they're all kind of surrounding Halo, where some of the other ones we're going to talk about completely change the game altogether. Next up, Supreme Commander Forge Alliance. I believe you don't need to buy anything else. I believe you can just buy Supreme Commander Forge Alliance. I don't think you need regular Supreme Commander. You can just get Supreme Commander 1 Forge Alliance 2 and its expansion for $7 right now. I might just do that. But this game, you have both the Loud Launcher and which can be found on, I believe, ModDB. And then you have FAF Forever, which is on its own website. FAF Forever is all the multiplayer stuff. It's much more true to the original game, where Loud is about fighting the AI. And if you just want to hang out with some friends for an hour and fire nukes at a very strong and determined enemy, that is a great experience. Kind of a shame they don't have more pictures, but there's lots of these large super units. And when you add the mods from particularly Loud, when you add the Loud mod, there is just an army of just different units. On top of the fact of playing the single player campaigns are a lot of fun and work pretty well. And through the FAF Forever launcher, you can actually play a lot of the missions and campaigns multiplayer, and you can play them with some different mods if you want to get that deep into it. But it is definitely a great experience. There's a reason it's overwhelmingly positive with 7,000 reviews. It's just a really, really great game, especially if it can be had if you just want to buy this. That's all you want to buy for $2.50. It is it's pretty great. Homeworld Remastered Collection. The collection is great because it comes with all the Homeworld you'll ever really need to play Homeworld. It comes with all the different versions. And on top of that, it also the mods, it has a high amount of compatibility with very old mods as well as newer stuff that is made for it. It's one of the most accurate RTS strategy, I'd say. It has the most reality to how space combat would probably actually work in like a space combat setting with repair ships and warp and how you gather resources. But it is amazing. You can get it with the Deserts of Karak, the new strategy game, which is more of a standard RTS, but for less than $7 and a 93% off, that's an amazing deal. You should totally think about picking it up. And the mod capability, there's Star Trek, Stargate, Star Wars mod. There's so many different great mods. It is excellent. Dawn of War Game of the Year. This is such a great game in the first place, and then the mods you can play with this game, besides the fact that the game is super customizable, you want these Space Marines to, you want your tanks to be pink and yellow, like you can do that in the first place. But when you add on the mods, there are just so many. I believe it's the Unification mod. I could be wrong about the name. The Basically, when you go looking, you're going to see that you can play dozens and dozens of different factions. You can play races that I believe aren't in the game at all. And then you can and then there's all the customability you can do to that. And this game has the capability to, how to explain it, to mix and match mods, I'd say. So you can add, there's a lot of compatibility where if like you want the brother, I gotta think of the name. Like you want a particular faction, you can add that faction and then a different faction, and those factions can just play against each other, even though they're not necessarily in the same mod. They just have some level of compatibility because the game is the game. It's just such a good game, and you can get, if you're gonna buy it, you should probably buy this one here for about $6. Soulstorm is usually the one that most of the mods are built off of. It really is a great game, and then incredible mods on top of it. And now my favorite, I have played Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion for hundreds of hours. And this game, Star Trek Armada 3, it is a mod. There are other mods. There's Stargate mods, Stargate Races, I believe is the name. I forget the name of the Halo mod. There's an excellent Star Wars mod as well, but Star Trek Armada 3 just is, it is better than the base game. It is the most it is one of the best strategy games ever. It's one of the most beautiful strategy games ever. It the gameplay is stellar. They worked for so many years on the balance of that game that it is hard to speak of how great it is. As on top of how great this base game is, like each faction gets their own giant titan. They um and just the battle between two titans and the races are so different that it has kind of like a planetary system where you have a star system and then a whole bunch of planets around it, and you move your fleet and you build different defenses, and it's like a push and pull where you try to where you can make ally ships, and you have to choose which section of the tree you want to go down and how you want to do it, whether you want to be combat oriented or whether you're going to do a more slow roll with heavier defenses, and then which different races let you choose how you actually handle those individual situations. It's a pretty it's it's pretty great, and it has both online play, LAN play. There isn't really a campaign. You can play skirmish, but it's not. It's more about getting together, and this is a long game. A medium-sized round could take you and a couple of friends, even just playing against the AI, let alone other humans, a couple of hours. But it's meant to be a more epic experience. It's pretty great. You should totally think about picking it up. It is the best moddable game I have ever played. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys checking it out, and I would love it if you'd subscribe, hit the bell. I want to make more videos, so if you like my videos, and then you could say in the comments if you like my opinion videos or the ones where I go over games or look at free games, at what's free. I just really appreciate you going through and looking, checking out my other videos. Be kind to one another. Do something great today. Do do something you'll love yourself for doing, and have a beautiful day.